Hey there, thank you for purchasing this template. My name is Ashok and I'm going to show you how you can update this template so that it matches with your brand colors, your imagery and the content that you want to update to this template, right? So as you can see on my screen, I am logged in my Webflow account and also the project is open here. Here I have header area. If you click here on this three navigator, you see this header, footer, and inside this you have main content of your page, right? The hero sections and everything is given here. Some of the items might be coming from CMS. For example, these, whatever you see in purple, right here, whatever you see in purple, that is coming from CMS, means a dynamic content, right? This is also coming from the CMS. Can do that. So here, let's say you want to update the text. How can you do that? You just have to double click this. Once you double click, you can easily select everything with control A or command A and start updating your content. But sometimes you may want to keep this color like this, right? So for this one you have to add some classes to it, right? For that one, I would highly suggest you go through our Webflow crash course, where you will learn how you can play with these things. But in this case, let's say for the simple thing, text brand 600, right? That is the color of our brand color. So I just select these and I click on these paint or brush like icon. Once I do that, and then I can just give a name here. This name text brand 600, then it will be implemented to that one, right? So for example, here, right, I just click here. So now I click outside of that heading and I click again to that heading and I just select this and just write brand, means it's my brand color, all the brand color. As you know, it was 600, right? As I click on 600, the color will be changed to this one, right? I'll just hit Control Z because I don't want to do that right now, right? uh, Image, this is a simple image. You just click on the image, hit this setting icon here and just replace your image from by clicking this replace button, and from here you can choose your image. If you want to upload a new image, you can just click on this upload icon and you can upload your image, right? This is also an image. Now let's say you want to update this button, right? Click on the button and on the right hand side you see these settings. If you come down here, there is nothing right now, right? What I'll do, I'll just I don't want to link it to any third party. If you just want paste a link, then you can select this URL. Otherwise this page, I'll just select page. I'll just click which page, right? I want them to go to all the episodes I have. Here it will go to the episodes page. I want to open this page in the same tab, right, where user is right now. I don't want to create a new tab, right? So that's how you do that. Once you do that, just hit command S or control S and you see here it shows that green tick. It means your changes have been saved by Webflow automatically, right? So that's how you change your button URLs. And if you want to change the text, same thing, double click on anything you want to update here, right? So these are coming from CMS, so I'll talk about that in a while. This is a simple one. You just double click and update the content, that's it. A slider, I'll talk about this because it's a component, right? Because if, as you can see, it's a green, right? It's a component or symbol in Webflow. This is also green. I'll talk about that. This is also green. It means let's say few things that you have that you want them to look same across all the pages, right? If I make any change here, that will affect to the other pages also, right? That's why components are there in Webflow. So let's say in the menu you want to update something here. How can you do that? Just click on this green one, just a single click, and come to the right hand side, these setting icons. Click on that setting. Now you can update that symbol. right? If I make any change here, that will be affected on everywhere where I have used this symbol, right? Pricing, about me, let's say if I click on about me, and the same thing, the settings has the links, phone, email, file upload, anything that you want to do, right? You can do those stuff from here. Okay, so I think that was symbols, how to do that. And if you want to find many symbols, just click on these components in the left hand side. You'll find the symbols that we have used. It says header on 11 instances, means on 11 pages we have used this header. Even the footer, episode card light, it's not used or anywhere, but we have saved here for your future references. Call to action, the one I just showed you, the email one, it's been used on 11 pages. Review slider, three instances, right? Three times you have used that. Let's say one is here and fews are on the other pages, right? If you want to learn more about these components, then go to our Webflow YouTube channel, Tweak Designs, and you can find how to use components in Webflow easily and how to update the content and everything, right? If you want to change these colors of these dots, you can find blog on our website tweakdesigns.in. You'll find a very simple blog to update these dots colors that matches with your brand colors, right? Okay, so that was the editing part of updating the content, links, and image and all. So now let's talk about the CMS. So as you can see, this cylinder-like icon, the CMS. If you click on that, so right now we have episodes, we have host, and we have categories, right? So episodes. If I click on episode, I can see the episode dummy episodes added here. Just click on this select here and select every episodes and hit delete. Once you do that, there will be nothing here, right? Then what you can do, you go here, create a new episode. What is the name of your episode? The slug is by default, it means a URL, episode slash the URL of your episode name, right? The transcript, you can write the whole text here. My new episode, right? If you want to make it a heading, then just select Control F for this one, or just select like this, use your mouse. You can make it bold, italic, or this X2, X3. You can link it also. You can make it H1, H2, H3, H4, and you can also make it a quote, right? So now, let's say you want to add an image. Just click on this plus. You can add image. You can add a video. You can add code. You can add anything that you want. Let's say this thing, and you can make your content bullet list or number list, right? So here you have a rich text content block which you can use to write details about your podcast. Your guest name, what is the name of your guest? Mostly there are one or two guests, right, invited for the podcast, so you can just write their name. Episode except summary, that will be visible on all the main pages, right, where users can just scan, right, what this episode would be for, right? Your main image, your thumbnail image of the episode, your if you have Apple podcast URL, just paste the link here. Google, Spotify, just paste the link here. You can do that. If you want to embed your Apple podcast URL to your website, you can do that also, but it's not given in the template. But if you need that, you can reach out to us and we can help you with that. Episode date, what was the date where you have recorded or you are published or anything, right? You can just select the date from here. Top podcast means on the homepage, you might have seen that we have top podcast of the week, right? If you enable this switch, then it will be visible under that section on the homepage. Categories, what are the categories do you have? You can by default add categories here into this categories collection, and you can write different categories that your podcast belongs to. Let's say right now the dummy are design, marketing, negotiation, sales. It's more like a business, right? A design of a business of design. Host. So who is the host? By default I have these host three items added. Let's say Sheila and Jason are the host of this podcast, right? You can select them host, and your here you have a name of the guest, right? Just don't get confused with that. Sort number. This sort number is for sorting your episodes on the home page. Let's say you want to name these number one, right? So then it will be the first item in the collection on the home main page of your episodes, right? And like that you can add. I don't want to save this host. Right now I have three. You can delete them by selecting all or individually. Let's say, or I create a new host, name of the host, the summary of the host, the picture of the host, and the email, Twitter profile, Facebook profile link. Simple. And the categories, same thing. You can delete these and just start adding new categories, and you those newly added categories will be visible under these individual episodes, so you can update them. You can add new or update to existing blogs easily, right? So that was the CMS part, how you can update content using the CMS for your episodes, host, or the categories. So now let's talk about the ACO part. So as you click on these pages, you'll see the pages you have on this website, this template, right? Home page. If I click on the setting icon, if I hover anywhere, I see this setting icon, right? I click on the setting icon. Here I have the title tag, I have the meta description that your users will find on Google search pages or Yahoo or Bing search pages, right? So you can write them. You can also add the URL. Let's say if someone shares your page on Facebook, LinkedIn, or WhatsApp, right? The image will be there, and below that you will have your content, right? And you can add your head content or body content. Let's sometimes if you are using a third party apps like Hotjar, right? They provide you some codes, so you can use those codes here, or you can add them to the project level settings. This is the page level setting. Yeah, so just like that you can do your SEO for all these pages that is required. Some pages that I would suggest you to make a draft, let's say style guide. It should not be a public page, right? So click on the settings, click on this next to save. You have this arrow, click on that arrow and just hit save as draft. That's it, nothing else, right? Once you do that, then Google won't crawl that page, right? So it's a good practice. Your password, 404 pages, all the pages you can find here. So I think yes, that was it for the ACO part of your page, right? What else? Let's say go to site settings if you want to publish, right? The last thing, if you want to publish. Right now I'm showing you everything the designer level, the designer mode, right? But after these changes, after this concept, I'll show you how you can edit your content editor mode, using editor mode in Webflow. You can see here editor, right? Your changes, your favicon 32 by 32. You can upload your 32 by 32 favicon here to 56 to 56. Your icon of your logo to your website. Site access, if you want to give site access to anyone, you can just do that here. Publishing. So once you make all the changes and now it's time to publish your website, right? So it will ask you add a site plan or something like that. So for adding a plan, go to plans. Since this website is using CMS for episodes, host, categories, right? CMS, then you will have to choose these plans. $23 per month if it's billed annually. Otherwise they have different plans. If you have, let's say, monthly, they have $29, right? So you get this plan. Once you get this plan, then you'll be able to connect your custom domain from publishing. Here you can add your custom domain and link it with your domain provider. And once you do that, just click here on this publish, and then thus select your domain here and hit publish to selected domains. Then your website will be live. So what if someone submits let's say form, right? Those data will be shown here inside this one. Let's say I want to send all the form submissions to my email. You can add your email here, your subject line, reply to address, or anything that you want. Recaptcha, if you want to use recaptcha, use those links here. That these forms, your form submissions will be shown here. If someone submits a form, then it will be shown here, right? Now let's talk about this ACO. Once you add a site plan, you get all these benefits of Webflow, right? You can add your uh, universal analytics link or GA4, Google Analytics 4 link, or you can use Google site verification code here, global tag URL here, everything, right? I would suggest you go through some of these things, right, so that you get familiar with it. Otherwise, if you need any help publishing your website, just reach out to us, and our developer will definitely help you out with your queries, right? So that was it for the editor mode and how to make a website live. So now let's talk about the editor mode. The designer mode we discussed. Now let's talk about the editor mode. If I click on the editor mode, so there are a few ways, right? You can do that. Let's say if you just click here, or if you are already in the designer mode, just wait for a while. Okay, if you're in the designer mode, so here you are designing, you can edit static and dynamic content, right? If I just hit on this editing, so now I can just start here, right? I just click this, I can start editing. But if you don't want this, right, if you, let's say if you have hired a copywriter or a marketing guy or SEO agency, that you have provided them the code, I mean the content, and now you want them to update the content. So what you can do here, from this editor mode, from this project settings, you can invite them. You can invite them from here, site access. Here in the site access, you can editor access. See, editor access, once you have a site plan, you can add your editors here. Just add their email and invite them to Webflow. That's it, and they can edit it. They will get access like this editor. So if you don't want to mess with this Webflow's designer mode, then you can use this. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm in the editor mode, and here you have a panel on the bottom side where you have the pages. Once you click on the pages, you can just jump to all these pages. You have collections, the one I just showed you in the designer mode. You have your form data, you have your project level settings, you have your help and support. If you want, you can log out from this editor mode also, right? If I just click outside, I can just view the site. If I want to edit, let's say this text, right, then I just hover on that. If I hover on the image, I get this image. I just click on that, I can get this prompt to update my image. See, update image. Here you click on text and you can edit the text, same like this way. So it's very easy. Image, text, button, you get text and the link settings. And for this logo, for this link you get edit link settings, edit text settings, everything that you want. Let's see, if I click here, I can just change everything from here, right? So you don't have to give your designer mode access to everyone, right, who are not in your team. You just invite them as an editor, and they can easily just edit this stuff from here. They can add all these CMS items from here, or just go collections and add episodes. So just like I showed you earlier. And yeah, that's it. This is how you can do this stuff here on this Webflow template, this podcast template. I hope you have learned something from this video, and it is helpful for you to update content and make your website live as soon as possible. And please share your feedback with us. If you have any queries, issues with this template, just let us know. We are always ready to help you guys. Right? So, bye.